give you a camping permit. You can't do over there.
I just want everyone to know we're not going to check. We are being very well facilitated by inundating their probably maybe too much with photos of before and after, and we're getting her approval and very good at her changing ideas quite a bit. When we started there, some of those thistle weeds were called to my wife, and some of them plants were on life support. And thanks to you getting some compost to amend the soil, and now some good mulch, things are coming back to life. My wife does a little happy dance when she sees the flowers she thought was dead all of a sudden coming back to life. We were just casually working on this. Over the few steps here, where it was already so we're kind of looking at that as a deadline. We are not going to stop. 2 years off. She's saying, for years. He's been up there and exchanging ideas. Funding tables and around straight point in the season would not work. So just to make everyone aware, Joe is
We're working on it.
Working on it?
It would be over at the
Okay,
police
'cause I do
department.
sculpture, and I'd be interested in donating something if I have to.
I got your phone number. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
I did the eagle on the corner of Doc Vett's.
I saw that.
days, and I just finished one for Flushing High School, a big oak tree for them.
Thank you.
So,
We can talk tomorrow. Thank you.
yeah, let me know.
So that's all I have for my report this evening, Madam Clerk. Do you have a report this evening?
No, I do not.
Madam Treasurer, a report this evening? No. Trustees, are there a report this evening? Anyone? Go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to thank the Seawards again, because you're right, we've been up there a lot. But it is so, it's really beautiful. I mean, it really, really looks good. And it was like hot today, and, but it's just really nice. I mean, seriously, you have no idea how much help you've been, really. So thank you very, very much.
And I just want to throw it out there. I know that you're also helping, but you're also overseeing people who, this summer, with the spring cleanup and then now, people who have to do community service through the courts. So you're overseeing the volunteer work that they have to log so many hours. So thank you very much.
Yeah, okay.
And thank you. We'll move on. Nothing, no more else? No trustee reports? We'll move on to department reports.
I can echo the statement of thank you very much. I know I said it a lot, but I'll keep on saying it because it looks amazing compared to what it looked like 2 months ago. So again, thank you guys for it. Since July 5th, I talked about the PD first. PD responded to over 1,400 calls for service, which is about 102 per day average. Over 156 traffic stops, 70 business checks, and 24 residence checks. For the fire department, I'll go into that real quick. We have 49 calls for service, which is 3.5 per day. That included vehicle extraction on Elms and Corona Road. Also, we're continuing the hotel inspections, and a lot of different common violations we're finding are the fire extinguishers either missing or out of date. Some of the emergencies exits are actually blocked still. So we're still working on that. The fire marshal is working diligently on that, trying to get them all done, get all the hotels done. Some different notes from the fire department and police department. Our new police officer, Justin McWilliams, was sworn in today. So I want to welcome him to our family. The new on-call firefighter, Christy Virgin, also has completed her orientation, and she's now going to start responding to alarms. So again, I want to welcome her to our family too. We both teamed up and attended a block party over the weekend. I'm talking to our community resource officer, Officer Chiza. There was approximately 50 children that were there and 20 adults. And they got to climb through the police car and the fire engine.
What was the location of that? You know?
Off from Dye and Oak Tree.
Yep,
Thank you.
south of here, or north of here, I'm
My
sorry.
kids.
As Mr. Seward said, National Night Out is going to be Tuesday, August 3rd. We're teaming up with the fire department again, and it's going to be in front of our PD. So again, they have it looking amazing. So again, thank you. We're going to have a canine demonstration, free food, a driving simulator, bicycle giveaway, Jaws of Life demonstration, and a dunk tank, which I invite the whole board to jump in. I did it last few years, so it's a fun time.
So no one can leave without giving your name to Chief Salter. Thank you.
I didn't hear that.
I have one item for the agenda.
Thank
That
you.
concludes my report.
Thank you. Mrs. Tucker, a report?
I have 2 items on the agenda, but just a couple of things. The Planning Commission approved some additions to the Cambridge Square apartment complex. They're adding a maintenance building. They're doing an addition to their leasing office. They're putting in a dog park, and they're upping their area for the kids. On Mill at Beecher by Willowbrook. And I would also note that they are remodeling all of their buildings. So they're doing quite an investment there.
Nice.
So they really do take care of their facility. The other issue we had was at the Zoning Board of Appeals. And Target came in and got a variance for some extra signage because they are upping how many parking spaces they have for people that want to do the pickup, so that where they go out and they bring in the stuff to your car for you. So those both passed.
Great.
That's it.
Thank you. So I don't think we have any committee reports at this time. Move on to number 8, Madam Treasurer. The bills.
We do not have any bills to approve, but we did have invoices and disbursements that were paid out in the amount of $87,075.94.
Thank you. Number 9, Madam Treasurer.
So we have the treasurer's investment report in the packet. All of the items in yellow are the new items. Not a whole lot of changes. Next month, what we'll be looking at is closing out a lot of the accounts that are at the TCF Bank, because there's a lot of overlap between those and the Chase, and we're doing a lot of transfers, and so we're going to be trying to merge a lot of this so that it will make it a little streamline, what it is that we're doing there in the accounting department. Other than that, if anybody has questions, I'll take them. If not, I'd like to have this submitted for review by our auditors.
Thank you. Number 10, Madam Clerk, are there any correspondence or informational items?
Not for this meeting.
So we'll move on to new business. Action item number A, I'll ask you to give a description, Mrs. Tucker.
So we are looking at, as a non-entitlement unit, we have to request our funding by August 27th, no, July 27th, sorry. The 27th of this month, how's that? And in order to do that, we have watched the webinars on it, gotten the forms that we need and all those things. One of the things that we'll need to start spending the money is have our plans in place of what projects that we've had, I like a strategic plan, but it's a capital improvement plan. We've been working on this, and so we just moved it up to where we can have the draft already approved, and then we will move through with continuing in the process. This will go from here to the committee to start putting these in order, like of need, and then we'll look at finalizing some of the numbers on these and finalizing where we're going to get funding for them. Because if we have funding for something, we want to go ahead and use that and use those other funds for things that we don't have funding for. So, you know, that's what we want to make sure. If there's grants out there, if there's not grants out there. But we wanted to get this in place so that they will be able to say, we have a plan, and we have this plan. We also have our economic development plans for the authorities that had listed what types of projects we can and can't do or want to do. So this is basically the capital improvement plan that covers this year, and then we'll finish the review and do the complete thing by December of this year to encompass the next 5 years, and that'll make the total plan.
So you're wanting approval of the draft today?
That would be helpful for the application process, yes.
A motion would be in order to do so?
Anderson moves that we approve the capital improvement program from 2021 to 2026 as outlined in the packet. Did you need something else, Tracy, or what?
Just that it's a draft.
No, that's fine.
Oh, draft?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second it.
Any discussion or questions for Mrs. Tucker?
Tracy, do you submit it? Who submits it?
Well, this will be on file. We'll list this on our website as our current plan. And while we're working with the committee and the planning commission to finalize it going into next year, then once that's done, then we file that with the redevelopment ready. But we'll have this done for now for her applications that she's
Yeah,
going
the controller and I are going to be submitting. It's got to be signed by me, but I'm going to be on his computer giving access because he's the one who's going to follow up with all the information. It's a website through the state treasury office.
Right around the corner.
I promise you we'll get it done before then. We intend to have it finished, the application submitted by the end of this week, and then come Monday, the day before it's due, if there's any issues, if it gets kicked back to us, we'll work on it Monday the 26th. It'll be done.
Yep.
And then we can continue
It's only
to
one
add
form. It's not a
items,
ton of forms.
right?
so.
For
But,
this.
yes, then we'll continue on with this to encompass the next 5 years.
But that doesn't, this is for the capital improvement plan.
Right.
That's not everything that we can use those funds for.
Right.
Right,
So there's additional work for us to do beyond this.
right.
If we want to spend dollars, like, I see improvements in here for the water and sewer lines, but if we want to get reimbursed on any loss from last year because the governor said no shutting off of water, and we suspended any late fees, those late fees, believe it or not, are average $25,000 a month. So that's a lot of money. And I'm going to guesstimate that we're at like $300,000 loss in that department from what happened with COVID. And that's the purpose of the grant, is to help us recoup loss from COVID. And then also, it's to be used on first responders too. So that's something that wouldn't be in this plan, because of course it's capital improvement, but
And if you have a loss that you can show in your general fund budget, that can be recouped as well.
Which we do because we offered employees the 2 weeks of leave through the CARES Act, except that being a local government, we don't get reimbursed like others do. So we have a loss there also. So, any other questions on the motion to approve the draft of the capital improvement plan for 2021? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call please on approving the draft of the capital improvement plan for 2021.
Mrs. Captal,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Ms. Miller,
Yes.
Mrs. Funk, yes. Ms. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. Burt,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. Action item B, you have before you the municipal street fund elimination, deficit elimination plan. You have the letter from the State of Michigan Department of Treasury. We have a negative balance in our municipal street fund because we funded, we borrowed the money and are accounting for it for the Linden Creek Parkway Special Assessment District, and we had to submit a deficit elimination plan. So that's before you. It has to be approved. The resolution has to be approved by the board before we can send it to the state, and that is due on the 22nd of July. So a motion is in order to approve that plan.
Anderson moves that we approve the deficit elimination plan as outlined in our packets.
Is there a second?
Support.
Is that you, Carol? Yes. Any discussion, any questions on it?
Who made the motion?
Mrs. Anderson, Treasurer Anderson, and
Captal supports.
thank you, Carol. Any discussion? Nope. Madam Clerk, roll call please on the motion to approve the deficit elimination plan in the municipal street fund.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Ms. Miller,
Yes.
Mrs. Funk, yes. Ms. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. Burt,
Yes.
Mrs. Captal,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. Action item C, Ms. Tucker?
This is for an industrial development district. We're asking to set the public hearing for August 2nd to consider the resolution to create the district. This is for off Marketplace, right next door to the property where UPS is, across the street from John P. O'Sullivan Distributing. O'Sullivan's has bought the property, which is really odd because they used to own the property. They've bought it back from the people they sold it to because now they have use for it. I'm working with them on an expansion, another expansion, and so we're working on that right now. And I told them if they're looking at possibly building another building, they need to do this now before they start any work because they had some issues on the last time they did an industrial development. So this would just create the district. This does not do anything for tax exemption or anything like that.
Tonight, we're just setting the public hearing for that.
That is correct.
A motion would be in order to set the public hearing for August 2nd, please.
Move to approve.
Is there-
Move that we,
Oh. Trustee Vert made the motion. You want to second it, Madam Clerk?
sure.
I don't think there's any discussion. Madam Clerk, roll call, please, on setting the public hearing for the Industrial Development District, 07, on parcel 07-28-577-004 for August 2nd, 2021.
Ms. Miller,
Yes.
Mrs. Funk, yes. Ms. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. Burt,
Yes.
Mrs. Captal,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. Action item D, Chief Salter.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. In your packet's a contract to sell K-9 Jacks to Barry Washer. Barry Washer resigned effective last Friday, and he's our K-9 handler. Jack's has been with us for 4 years. He's approximately 5.5 years old. In talking to different K-9 handlers, different departments, we don't know how much longer Jack's would have been able to work. And considering that Jax has been with Barry Washer for 4 years now, we were making, the recommendation was for $500 for Barry to pay to buy Jax. Just wanted to make sure the board knew about it, approves it.
Even though it's a small
Funk
amount.
moves that
Even
we,
though it's a small amount, correct.
Go ahead, Kathy, sorry.
Funk moves that we, in Jack to former officer Barry Washer in the amount of $500.
Is there a second to the motion?
Anderson supports.
Any further questions or discussion? No? Lisa? No? Madam Clerk, roll call, please, on the sale of our K-9 Jacks to Barry Washer in the amount of $500. If you could take the roll call, please.
Mrs. Funk, yes, and just add that he will be missed because he was a fun dog. Ms. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. Burt,
Yes.
Mrs. Safdal,
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes.
Ms. Miller,
Yes, and I'm going to add, unlike Gunner. So we go on to number 12. Are there any announcements, Madam Clerk?
not this evening, just that the next board meeting will be August 2nd at 6 p.m.
Alrighty. And if there's no further business and without objection, we'll call this meeting adjourned. Thank you. We should have been having these in person this whole last year. Look, it's 6:30.